Darren Waller, Paris Campbell, Jalen Hyatt in the draft. The Giants added some much needed weapons to this offense this offseason. And in this video, that is what I want to talk about. Before we do get into that, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and leave a like, comment, definitely hit the subscribe button, man, and join the channel. But in this video, we need to talk about the offensive additions the Giants made with the weapons on the outside, at the tight end position, and even on the offensive line. First, let's start off with the signing of wide receiver Paris Campbell, and I love this signing. And I cannot wait to see what he brings to this Giants offense. He can beat you deep. We already seen that when we played the Colts last year, he beat us deep, and he was looking pretty good in that game. And, before 2022, the injuries was definitely a problem. He could not stay on the field. But one thing you can say heading into this season is he stayed on the field for majority of 2022. He was able to actually, make a difference on that Indianapolis Colts offense. And for what that, whole team was going through last year, they were in the tanking. They were tanking. They had, a QB carousel throughout the whole season. Started off with Matt Ryan. Then they brought in Nick Foles. They had Sam Ellinger out there for a little minute. Just for what the situation was, what that QB, situation looked like, Paris Campbell looked good. He looked good. He had his best season yet. He was able to stay on the field. And when we're looking at the Giants, you got a quarterback in place. You got other weapons around you. So you ain't got to be the, main focal point. His deal is very incentive-based. So, I'm pretty sure he's going to be trying to reach those numbers and give him something to reach for if you really want to make the most money out of that contract. I really love this signing, and that was just another great addition. It was kind of the first real addition the Giants made because he re-signed Darius Slayton. He was already on the team. So, yeah, one of the big first, signings the Giants made this offseason was Paris Campbell. Now, let's go into the trade. We sitting. We chilling around. We're happy with the signing that we made already. Then we get the bomb that the Giants had traded for dynamic tight end Darren Waller, and it's insane. Let's talk about him. We know if Darren Waller is on the field, healthy, he is one of the best playmakers in the league. And yes, the Giants, free agency-wise, they weren't going to be able to get a wide receiver one. This wide receiver free agency class this year just wasn't flooded with wide receiver one talent. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. So what Joe Shane did is he said, hey, we can't get a wide receiver free agency. I'm not sure if any team's really trying to ship all wide receiver ones, maybe DeAndre Hopkins, but the contract he's going and all that stuff, I'm pretty sure that kind of, the Giants didn't want to go that route. Let's go get Darren Waller, a tight end that we've seen take over games, have, 1,000-yard seasons, can really be a difference maker. Let's add him to this offense and let him be the primary target, basically our wide receiver one, but just at the tight end position. I love it. We see what other teams do when we're talking about having a dynamic tight end. You see the Ravens. You see the Chiefs. They don't have wide receiver ones over there, but they got tight ends who they really are the focal point of their offenses with Mark Andrews or Travis Kelce. That is the same way the Giants are going to be using Darren Waller this season, and I just love that signing. That is a guy that can really make a difference. That is a guy that you got to take account for. Last year, the Giants lacked explosiveness. Lacked it. They didn't have guys that defenses had to worry about outside of Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones' legs. This year, you got to worry about Darren Waller making plays in the middle of the field. Mossing guys, breaking tackles, making big plays. You got to worry about that. And if he stays on the field, first of all, the trade was great. You got the third-round pick from the Kadarius Toney trade. You basically trading Kadarius Toney for Darren Waller, basically. Great trade right there. The money aspect, it really ain't hurt the Giants down the road. So this is a low-risk, high-reward trade, and he's bringing a different element. He is the best weapon that Daniel Jones has ever thrown the ball to. So I just can't wait to see how the Giants use him. I know for a fact Daniel Jones is going to use Darren Waller because we see how much, Daniel Jones loves the tight ends. And don't forget Daniel Bellinger at tight end too. So we might have I don't know. I like Daniel Bellinger. And if Darren Waller can go out there and be healthy, on the field, in tuned, the Giants might have a top tight end duo with Darren Waller and Daniel Bellinger. Don't sleep on Daniel Bellinger. Even though he's not going to be the dynamic #1 tight end like he was last year, he still can be a suitable, solid tight end too behind Darren Waller. Now let's go to the draft. The Giants added speedy wide receiver Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee in the 3rd round. again, a guy you got to take account for. Defenses are going to have to worry about Jalin Hyatt beating them deep. That is what he did last year at Tennessee. Won the Fred Biletnikoff Award. Guys that won that award before him. Jamar Chase, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, Jordan Addison. Not saying he's going to be those guys, but when Jalin Hyatt was on the field, he was a guy that was making plays consistently. Consistently making plays. 6 receptions, 207 yards, 5 touchdowns versus Alabama. And, people say, he doesn't run. He can't run routes. He can't run routes. He's not a route runner. Well, one thing about Jalin Hyatt is he is trying to go out there and prove to people that, hey, I can run routes. And even if I can't, I'm still going to be a guy that you got to worry about when I am on the field. And I just love that add to this offense. Again, speed-wise, the Giants were one of the slowest teams. When you talk about, 40 times, stuff like that. Last year, the Giants had the slowest wide receiving room in all of football. You add a guy like Paris Campbell, you add a guy like Jalin Hyatt, you got Darius Slayton. Wan'Dale Robinson, when he does come back off an injury, we're talking about a track team, y'all. We're talking about a New York Giant track team at wide receiver. Then let's go to the offensive line. John Michael Schmitz. The Giants added him, in the second round. I know a lot of people say that's not a weapon for real. That's a security guard. That is a security guard for Daniel Jones. And he, again, is going to change how the Giants work in the run game. You can't, pull and consistently, have your center make reach blocks like with guys like John Feliciano or Nick Gates. John Michael Schmitz in the running game is a difference maker. He moves guys. He can make every block he needs to make. And that is going to change how the Giants run the ball with Saquon Barkley. Teams are going to have to really think about who do they really want to stop. Do you want to stop Darren Waller? Do you want to, double team Darren Waller, but leave guys, vulnerable for deep shot plays with guys like Darius Slayton and Jalin Hyatt on the outside? Or do you want to stack the box? You want to say, hey, let's stop Saquon. Then that's when Darren Waller can work in the middle of the field. That's when Jalin Hyatt, again, can take the top off of defense. And that's even when Daniel Jones can, again, hurt teams with his legs. And you got Mike Kafka and Brian Daboll as, the masterminds of this offense. I love it. I'm excited. I am pumped to see what the Giants offense looks like this year, because it's going to be vastly different. Vastly different. Last year, it was Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones' legs, or bust. This year, we have weapons, y'all. We got guys on the outside. We got a stud tight end with Darren Waller. Saquon Barkley, one of the best running backs in the league, is back. Daniel Jones, second year in the offense, going to take another step from last year. I'm pumped. I'm excited. And I just cannot wait to see how everything plays out, how this Giants offense looks like in 2023. It might not start off as fast because some of these guys are new. They got to get, caught up. They got to get the gel together. But I can expect the Giants to have a vastly different offense than they had last year. You can bet on that. But leave down below in the comment section your thoughts. How do you feel about the Giants offense? What is your expectations for the New York Giants offense? Leave that down below in the comment section and let's chat and talk about it. But if you did enjoy this video, leave a like, comment, and definitely hit the subscribe button and join the channel if you haven't done so already. But until next time, it's been your boy J Dimes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we are out. Go Giants! Hey!